we have some specific things that need to happen as a result of this. Moving on to agenda item 8, approval of purchasing. I'd like to take all of the biddable items. We do note that all of them are under budget. Several of them are local, which is, again, moving in the right direction. So that would be 8.11.
Do we have to move on? I mean, is that topic over? I mean, I want to make sure I get proper protocol. That 7.6.
Once it's voted, it's over.
7.6 is over?
Yes, it's closed. 8.11 through 8.15, which are all the biddable items.
Can you pull 8.12, please?
Which one?
8.1.2.
Yes.
2?
Wait a minute, let me get which one is?
The Student Enrollment Management Program?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I will pull that.
And if we could pull the, what's that?
No,
Can you?
I tell you,
Can we do them separately then? Can we
Well-
just do them?
Well, you're going to do 8.1 together, but if we're pulling them, then we have to
But-
re-vote on them. You could just discuss them.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Why don't we answer your
No,
questions?
because I'm not going to vote on all of them. I'm not going to
Oh, I
cast the
see.
same vote on each of them until we discuss it.
Okay, so you
Right.
I
don't
know how I'm going to
Well,
vote.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe we could get your questions answered on these items. So, trustee,
No.
you don't.
How do I know how I'm going to vote on it unless we pull them separately? If I have questions.
Let me do each one separately then. 8.1.1, parking lot and road extension. Biddable item. Second. Roll call.
Ms. Teague? Ms. Fall?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
He's behind you.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Are you leaving or? Aye.
Not without
Okay.
me.
Ms. Kashgarian?
Aye.
Dr. Griffin?
Is this 8.1.1?
Yes. The parking.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
And Mrs. Alschlager?
Aye.
Okay, 8.1.2, Student Enrollment Management Program.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Let me.
No, we gotta have discussion.
I know. Let me ask that Rich and Karen give a little background on this item for the board, or do you want to wait for questions?
Just follow up
okay.
questions.
All right, go ahead.
Well, my question, and I agree with Trustee Oschlager, my question was that we got this 2-page sheet, and the numbers for this sheet don't match with the number that's in the book. And the numbers on this sheet talk about impact of recommended changes. I mean, none of it makes any sense, I don't think. So, I don't know what your comment was, but that's where I
My
was.
comment is, why are we not taking the low bid? We went through the trouble to bid this out. At least my background says, things are on a level playing field. We didn't take the low bid. This one is, 6,000 or whatever it is more than the low bid. And I understand, hey, a group of folks got together and said, hey, we don't think these people are as smart as these other people, so we want to have this one. And I'm real uncomfortable if we're going to bid something and folks respond, and then we don't take the bid for, whatever reason. It just kind of goes against the grain as far as, what, at least what I think is appropriate, and in the spirit of open bidding, it'd be no different than if we're, blacktopping the parking lot and one bidder comes in high. In fact, you can even take the one on the next page. One bidder comes in higher than another, so we, bring a group of folks together and, no, this guy's more knowledgeable than the other guy, so let's give it to the higher bidder. It goes against the spirit of why we bid things.
Can you explain why the bid was taken?
Yes, absolutely. So anytime we get a bid like that for these kinds of consulting services, one of the things that we do is we look at the quality of the explanation of the proposal. Are they going to address the areas that we want them to address? What are their backgrounds and experiences in doing similar projects? Who are the consultants that are actually going to be working on the project versus each of the individual bidders? When we looked at all of these proposals, SimWorks came out on top in all categories. We were very comfortable with the gentleman, I believe his name is Mr. Black, who would be the lead consultant. I'm Jack Black. Who would be the lead consultant for SimWorks. Quite honestly, I'm not going to say one is smarter than the other, but the
Oh,
consultant...
yes, it says, of a superior knowledge. It says right here in the words.
knowledge and experience. But quite honestly, the Acro folks, we felt like the SimWorks was better. I mean, at the end of the day, that's when we come down to evaluating those proposals.
So why bid it? Just go give it to the guy then.
Well, we do the same kind of thing when you have bids go out and you end up with one that's like a non-responsive bidder because they haven't bid everything that you wanted.
Can I ask a question? In the future, can something like this go out for a request for a proposal instead of a competitive bid? It would seem to allow itself much
It
more.
was a proposal.
It was an RFP.
Good.
The words at the top of the page say biddable items.
Yeah, it should be an RFP.
Yes.
All right, but this explanation that you gave us, how does this relate to anything? Because these numbers are different, and then it talks about, we're supposed to use this to
Oh, it does say
understand.
RFP up there.
We're supposed to use this to understand the item that we're supposed to vote on, and the numbers here don't match at all. And then the numbers where they talk about these people came in at 46,000, now they're at 41 in the book. And then it talks about saving 21,900. I mean, what is this? Where does this fit into anything?
Well, actually, the original, this
Introduce
was,
yourself, Michelle.
oh, I'm Michelle Reynolds, I'm the Director of Business and Auxiliary Services. Actually, this was a proposal, and we received 3 responses. The apparent low bidder, this is a proposal, not a bid, but the apparent low cost proposal was actually, it appeared to be a student that actually had no experience, and they worked at another community college that submitted the proposal. The $48,000 for the SEM, I actually reached out to that company as well as the other company and basically asked them for their best and final offer. And subsequently, the $48,000 became $41,000, and that's why you have a difference in pricing.
That's fantastic.
We got a lower
Wow,
cost.
thank you.
So they lowered their bid after.
Proposal.
Usually in
Says
most
bid.
proposals.
It says RFP on it.
Come back and ask
Biddable
for the best
items.
and final, they'll sharpen their pencil.
Right, but what are we talking about here, saving 21,900? What does that have to do with anything? This is what we were given as the explanation.
Okay.
Don't give us something that doesn't work. The numbers don't have anything to do with any of it.
Other questions?
Thanks for saving us money.
I think that all of the bidders should receive a phone call, that's what I think. But,
On everything. We need your lowest final offer.
we're spending a lot of time on $30,000, $45,000, $50,000, and we did not resolve anything for a $3.8 million variance. And I don't really understand that. But that's just a side note, $3.8 million versus $40,000, $50,000.
Let the record show I fully agree with Trustee Paul.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Teeday? Ms. Paul?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan? Ms. Kashgarian? Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland? Aye. Mrs. Alschlager?
No.
So, may I take items 813, 814, and 815 together, or
So moved.
second? Second. Discussion?
Auto body shop, are we gonna put brick around the outside?
Wait a minute, I thought, you said 8-1, you didn't say.
I said 813, 814, and 815.
Right, isn't that auto body 8-2?
No,
I think
probably
you can-
815.
you can-
Okay, we can have a discussion, I just,
Yeah, we've got a motion and a
Sure.
second, so
Sure.
it's open for discussion.
No
sure.
brick.
Discussion?
Discussion. I asked Dr. Haney if he would talk to us about this auto body. I'm more interested, it makes sense that there is some renovation that takes place based on your explanation, but maybe some of the board would be interested in learning about that. But I'm more interested in the enrollment, and if we could justify a return on investment. If you're investing close to $2 million, how are the enrollments and how are the completion rates in this particular area? And why is it necessary that we make this type of investment?
All right, well, let me give the board a little bit of background on our automotive collision program. And I invited Octavio Cavazos, who's also the department chair, to correct me if I'm wrong, and Rob Pordock as well. But let me give you a little bit of background on this. First of all, our auto body repair program is located at the Lake County High School Technology Campus. It's a space that we've used probably for the last 7 to 10 years. How long?
It's in the 10 to 12 years.
Okay, 10 to 12 years, which means we can only offer those courses at night because the Lake County High School Technology Campus uses it during the day. One of the challenges that we've run into, particularly in the last 3 or 4 years, we had really strong growth in the program. Between 2007 and 2012, we had 197% growth rate in credit hours. At the same time, the Lake County High School is also growing. Over the last 3 or 4 years, one of the challenges we've run into is the requirement to move all of the cars, all of the tools, and all of the equipment in and out of the lab space each night that we use the lab. The way I understand it with Octavio, it can take up to 2 hours in the beginning of the night and at the end of the night. Many times they're not getting out of there until later, till midnight or so. In regard to the enrollment, we've had strong enrollment in the program over the period that I had mentioned. Over the last several years, actually the last 2 years, we've seen a little bit of decline and leveling off, which you would anticipate given the large increases between 2007 and 12. Over the last 5 years, we've had over 162 degrees and certificates awarded. The program has high course success rates. Over 80% of the students actually successfully complete the courses. The employment in the field is expected to grow by about 5%. The median income is $21.63 per hour, so these are good paying jobs that can't be outsourced. In addition, we're currently renting space at the tech campus. Once we vacate that space, we'll save, it's not a lot of money, but $13,000 a year we'll save in rental costs. In addition, before we made the decision to make this request as part of the master plan, we did go around and look at facilities across Lake County to see if there would be another facility that perhaps we could rent that would be a better option, and we could not find one.
Any other
I don't know,
questions?
Octavio, if you have anything to add. If not,
So you're saying 32 certificates? No.
162 degrees and certificates over the last 5 years.
So I guess my math did 32 per year. My brain works that way.
So you gotta work with small numbers at a time because it's hands-on, correct?
Yes.
You can't have a large classroom. This isn't like you sit and lecture.
Correct.
But you're still investing close to $2 million. So I'm just trying to get the return on investment. 32 certificates. We're ready to invest $2 million, and I just wanted to extrapolate if that makes sense.
Perfect sense. When I came on board on 2008, the program was completely a career program. All it offered was the certificates. In 2009 was the first year we were moving into the associate's degree. Since then, last year we renovated the entire curriculum, went through and aligned ourselves with our accrediting agency, which is ICON, and have developed 2 associate's degree pathways for our students to follow. Along with that, have added an extra certificate to help assist entry-level technicians be able to enter the industry relevant fashion to be able to subsidize their income and possibly continue their education here. All of this was done in conjunction with our Curriculum Advisement Committee and our accrediting agency, ICAR. So, in the short answer you're looking for, we're just starting. If that's what you're looking for, we're just starting. It's 5 years. We've taken the program from 5 years ago where we had 42 students and tripled the enrollment. We are plateauing and we're actually declining because of the facility that we have in the area that we're able to teach. If we pass this facility and we open it up, kind of like the saying goes, you build it, they'll come. We'll be able to offer day classes. We'll be able to reach out to industry partners to bring in professionals to be able to be offering classes during the weekends, summer hours, things that we really don't have access to right now. So we're really handicapped as to the potential growth.
So how do you see the demand in this industry?
Right now,
Yeah.
in the Lake County area, with everybody that I've talked to, the demand is above norm, I would say. I don't have data for everybody else, all the other industries, but I can tell you that on a weekly, maybe monthly, I receive anywhere between 5 to 10 phone calls of people looking for entry-level technicians.
Okay.
So our students, just on the word of mouth from myself and also the other full-time instructor, are reaching out to industry partners to let them know we're here and to place students. Also, the completing students, we're placing about 50% of our students out there.
And go ahead.
The other thing is that we don't just offer classes that are strictly for automotive collision repair. Some of our students are working in the aviation tech fields. They're working in RV industries. They're working in areas that, actually the varnish that you have right there on their tabletop, it was probably applied by one of our students that learned painting. So furniture,
really
custom fabric.
Really good.
Damn fine job.
Heavy. I like it.
You know,
I like it.
to kind of close us and just say automotive collision, you're limiting us. Some of our students work in parts houses, paint suppliers, anything that supports the collision industry, as well as anything that has anything to do with painting skills and construction skills.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for that. And my last question is, with this investment, $1.8 million, how do you plan to recruit the student body to come to the program? 2 minutes, if you don't mind. 2 minutes to...
We'll start off with industry partners. We plan on opening up a student-led program club to be able to attract other students to come in here from other areas, to be able to work on their own vehicles, kind of like have an open lab, if you will,
Okay.
computer lab.
Okay.
We're planning to put a automotive program vehicle where, in conjunction with automotive service, they'll work on the mechanicals, we'll work on the actual body of the vehicle. We're planning on doing a 50-50 car, leaving a car halfway rusted out or destroyed from an accident. The other half we're going to replenish, we're going to fix it, take it out to Lake County Fair, put it in parades, be able to do things to spread out the word, and reach out to industry partners for donations so that we don't have to pay for it all. They give us the parts, the supplies, we'll be able to put it on the car and kind of double advertising, if you will. You were referring to double dipping. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll ask for the industry partners to help for this, and also bring them in so they can see what our students are currently doing in the lab during the day. Because if I call somebody and say, we have class at 9 o'clock at night, you can come in and see our students working. They're going, I'm having dinner at 9 o'clock at night. But if we can bring them in during the day, during the business hours, we can have a better placement.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
Real nice.
Very
Thank you.
Any further discussion?
So we should probably talk to them about that $3.8 million that we're looking for. Anyway.
Roll call?
Ms. T-Day? Ms. Paul?
Absolutely.
Mr. Anderson?
Yeah,
Dr. Kerrigan?
Definitely, absolutely.
Ms. Kashgarian? Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
Mrs. Oldschlager?
A high spot in the meeting. Aye.
Moving on to non-biddable items and disposal of worthless and obsolete equipment.
So moved.
Second? Second. Roll call?
Miss,
Discussion?
Yeah, just a question, clarification. Delta control systems, are we moving away from Johnson and Honeywell, or is something else? I thought we had an integrated system with Honeywell or Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
What, this is Delta, is that something different, or clarification? We're on 8.2.1.
8.2.1.
Just an existing system that we have. Maybe you heard we had
Johnson, Johnson controls, is this for system-wide?
Load shedding.
We have a mix of systems that are integrated, so not every, it's sometimes the best to have the exact same system for all buildings, but not in all cases.
Okay.
But we don't have one system, but we have an integrated system.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had prior agreements with Delta. They're the system that sets over all the other ones to integrate over time altogether. This is a maintenance agreement that we have with Delta. We're just moving forward with it for next fiscal year.
So Delta runs the Johnson system?
It resides over the Johnson.
Thank you.
Roll call?
Miss Teague? Aye. Miss Paul?
Aye.
Mr. Anderson?
Aye.
Dr. Kerrigan?
Aye.
Ms. Kashirian? Dr. Griffin?
Aye.
Ms. Holland?
Aye.
And Mrs. O'Schlager?
Aye.